The definition of prey, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is an animal, a bird, etc., that is hunted, killed, and eaten by another. A most unfortunate fate feared by Duke Fruity Little Head. We wish to become the opposite of this, while simultaneously showcasing the lavish, exotic curvature of the Imperial Cutter. A feat most would say impossible, because the cutter is dummy thick, and the clap of its grade 3 engineered thrusters keep alerting the pirates. As you can see here, my ship is currently melting. Thus, it would also be generally beneficial to my survival if I stopped being an imbecile. Welcome back, everyone. To test our mettle following our existential meltdown near the black hole, I took Fruity on some Odyssey missions. Hello, I'm here to kill you.
Hey, you look like you know what you're doing. Put that weapon away. Put your
We just barely scraped by at times, but overall we proved that Fruity has what it takes to be a cold-blooded hunter after all. In the last episode we travelled to a black hole 5,000 light years away in order to unlock an engineer, Palin, who can upgrade our thrusters to the maximum 5th level. Unfortunately, what I failed to notice previously was the final unlocking requirement was to acquire sensor fragments, a component rather difficult to find, only available from Thargoid ships. Now I hear you asking, Fruity, my sad, pathetic friend, what is a Thargoid? Well, I'm glad you asked. I don't know. They're space cockroaches usually only encountered by players who are out there looking for combat at the very bleeding edge of the endgame. They're the big bad of Elite. Let's paint a picture. Imagine one night you're in your kitchen. It's 3 AM, so you wake up to get a glass of water. You're groggy. You're barely awake, driven only by your base human instinct to hydrate. You're so thirsty right now, baby. But you're stopped in your tracks by a cockroach. Now stop and think. What's scarier than a cockroach? Okay, I take your point, but that's not the right answer. The right answer is flying cockroach. God, no respect for royalty. Fortunately, my research was fruitful. You can also find these fragments from crashed Thargoid ships. I plot my course and I depart, but I won't be taking the cutter. No. This is much too dangerous for the cutter. Her behind too thick and vulnerable to be taken to a system with Thargoid activity. No, for this I'll be taking the Asp Explorer again. But Fruity, you exclaim. The Asp can't protect you. What are you doing? Silence. The Duke will not be questioned. According to my research, this is the planet where the Thargoid crash site is, but I've forgotten my surface scanner, and I've travelled for over half an hour, an oversight most unlike Fruity's usually expensive site. I jumped to a nearby system and picked up a detailed surface scanner, so I can find the crash site when I return.
Surface scan complete.
What is that? 2, 3 crash ships? And one's an Anaconda, which is quite a large and intimidating ship, but not intimidating for Fruity. Nothing intimidates Fruity. Driving head-on into the unknown and almost certain danger feels natural. His flight instincts push down deep inside. Our wide-eyed Duke pushes on. Well, we're off to a good start. I'm an excellent driver. Yeah, okay, I'm not claiming this one. The SRV has a mind of its own, and this mineral-rich stellar body is too curvy for him to pass on. What was that?
Target destroyed.
Oh, nothing happened, oh god. Yes, come to me. Oh man, one of the best things about Odyssey is you can just get up and go and do things and... that's my ship flying away. Fine, I guess I'll do this without you. I respectfully ask my ship to return and head my way back to Mistress Thickness. I head over to Palin's establishment. I give him his alien thingies, a Lamau, and I realize I lack the reputation to upgrade the cutter further. So I grab the old crate. I may as well upgrade its thrusters to increase my reputation and then use that reputation to upgrade the cutter. I send for my crate because I'm lazy, and then I go AFK. I get in. I go to Palin. I lack the materials for the upgrade. Typical. I seek out a nearby raw material trader. I get my materials. Return to Able Station. Slam into the starport. Fruity does his weird eye antenna thing. Upgrade my thrusters. Reputation up good. I take off from the crate. I head back to the cutter. I get interdicted by Henry. God, I hate Henry. I land the crate. I get in the cutter. I'm down with the thickness. I go back to Able Outpost. Slam into the starport. Fruity does his weird eye antenna thing and upgrade to level 4. I lack the materials for grade 5. This'll have to wait for another day. In the meantime, I need to make the thick lady thicker. But first I look for Henry. I can't find Henry. Can't find Henry means can't destroy Henry. This saddens the Fruity. Our depression overwhelming. Anyway, to make this lady thicker, I'll be powering up her shields. I don't have prismatic shields yet, so instead I'll be engineering my shield boosters. However, I'm noticing that to unlock the shield engineer, I need more reputation with Celine, a hull and armor engineer. So I'll make my way to the Cuck system, a system entirely for... I'll just gently and respectfully make my way down to her workshop. Nailed it. Oh yeah, nothing like throwing her weight around. I arrive at Celine and I realize I need military-grade composites to make this useful. So I find a system that sells military-grade composites. Elite, you spin me right around, baby, right round. I find what I'm looking for, but it will cost 188 million. This angers the Fruity. So I've got to do trading again, but before I turn my cutter into a glorified space truck, I have a confession to make. I need to preface this by saying I am still a Duke. Royalty runs in Fruity's varicose veins. However, loyalty does not. In the words of revolutionary warlord Mahatma Gandhi, play by the rules and you'll get kicked in the jewels. My confession is Duke Fruity defected from the Empire long ago and has been working for Sirius Corp's Lee Yong-rui. It's only business, Aisling. At first, Lee was repulsed by Fruity's eldritch visage, but as time went on, I did work for Lee and his power grew. In exchange, Fruity began to gain special favors and ranks within the power. He now has access to an experimental weapon which will be mounted to the Imperial Cutter for its first solo voyage into combat space, the Packhound. Welcome to Hotel Hell. Check-in time is now. Check-out time is never. The destructive power of the cutter is dazzling. It's cathartic to watch a swarm of smart missiles home in on their helpless target. We are watching the evolution of a man. After all, a weapon is only a tool in the hands of the person using it. Does this mean that Fruity is becoming deadly? Well, competent if we really want to look at the combat rank. He is still utterly useless. Let's not be pedantic about it. And though these targets were only pirates, they lived by the sword, and now they die by the sword. A great big anime sword wielded by this psychopath. This pleases the Fruity. You see, it's only a matter of time before Fruity becomes a true hunter. Is he there yet, you ask? Nah. But despite his chemical predisposition to unrelenting sadness, this mindless destruction brings him joy. We can all learn a lot from Fruity little melon head guy. There's the age-old saying that life isn't fair. In your lives you can so often feel defeated, or as if the cards were stacked against you, and generally speaking they are. But with a simple choice to get to work, so to speak, you are gaining a semblance of control. And though you might not succeed every time in what you set out to do, and feel as if you are losing control, you are constantly learning and adapting. By simply making the choice, you are empowering yourself. And if you make that realization, you can also realize what you can do with this power. After all, look what Fruity has done. This is a bad example. I was slaughtering scientists. Remove this from the script. From a rare genus of man that developed as prey animals into something that resembles a hunter. So what can you do? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I do try to respond to everyone, so if you can leave a comment, we can talk some smack about Fruity's head. His head's shaped funny, and if you think you know anyone who will enjoy it, share it with them. See ya.